Hello everyone, this is the lecture for the Mauryan Empire, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the administration in the Mauryan Empire. As we all know that it is the topic of ancient Indian history, and in this we are talking about the Mauryan Empire. This empire, which began from the 321 BC to the 184 BCE. This was established by the Chanakya. In India, everyone has heard. In India, everyone have heard the name of Chanakya. So this is the time period of the same person, the Mauryan Empire. Chanakya, with the help of Chandragupta Maurya, established this Mauryan Empire. So we will discuss about its administration. Everywhere we have discussed the political history, where we have heard that how Chanakya bring a boy. His name was Chandragupta Maurya, and he defeated the Nanda Empire and then established the Mauryan Empire. But in this video, we are going to discuss the administrative administrative functions which are held by the Mauryan Empire. So, a vast territory was held by the Chandragupta Maurya, and in later period, his son Bindusar extended the territory, and its largest territory we can see during the era of Ashoka. He extended the Mauryan Empire at its highest length from the Balochistan and Iran, today's Iran in the west, and to the Bay of Bengal, Assam in the east, and in the north it is the uh, Kashmir region, and almost all near the Gilgit-Baltistan in the north, and toward the south we can see at the upper level of today's Karnataka. So this was the extent of Mauryan Empire at the time. So we are going to discuss the administrative functions during that time. So in the administrative system, there are various departments where the like today's political system. There is a ministry of uh, education. There is a ministry of defense, and various kind of ministries like that. In the Mauryan period also there was various ministries, Ministry of Commerce and judiciary. So for all these we will discuss in the administrative part. So let us begin. The Mauryan administration had its capital in the region of Patliputra. This is near the Patna in present time. This region was the capital from the age of Nanda Empire, and then later on, the Mauryan Empire established its capital in the Patliputra. So it was the capital, and whole central administration is held by this from this region. Then, as the empire grew up, various Janpad. During that time, in the 5th century BCE, there was 16 Janpad, 16 Mahajanpad. And in the Mauryan time, this Magad Empire extend such a large extent that it engulfed various Mahajanpad like the Avanti, Asaka, and almost all um, to up to the Kamboj, and here the um, Gandhar. So almost all Mahajanpad was engulfed by the Magad Empire. So it has five capitals. The first capital was at the Patliputra region, and the second capital, when the Ashoka won the territory of Kalinga, he established his capital. It was named as Tosala. So it was the eastern part. In the south, there is a capital of Swarnagiri, and in the east, there is the capital of Ujjain, and in the northwest, the capital was the Takshashila. It was near the Gandhar region. So this was the political map of the Mauryan administration, and also its provinces. So there are five province where the central administration was held from the Magad Empire. Now we will discuss the political system, the administrative system, how the central capital, which is at the Patliputra, was managed. So in the center, and above all, it is the king who manage whole administrative system. He is the head of all the administrative departments. And in the Arthashastra, also we will discuss about the sources of administrative system of Mauryan Empire. There are many sources, but the main sources are the Arthashastra that was written by the Chanakya or Kautilya, and the second source is the Ashoka's edict, which describe the various administrative functioning which was held during the Ashoka's time. And these edicts are uh, established by the Ashoka from almost in all Indian subcontinent. And the third is the important source is the Megasthenes Indica. Megasthenes was the ambassador, a Greek ambassador, and he came to India during the rule of Chandragupta Maurya. He roamed around the whole Indian subcontinent, and he noted everything, and various things which he noted he described in the Indica. Although we don't have the original Indica, but various other authors commented on the Megasthenes Indica, and after compilation of all the comments, which was done by the Greek authors and the Roman authors, and then later on the Christians, we today we call this as a Megasthenes Indica. So it it is a very important source which describe the administrative system of the Mauryan Empire. Then we have various edicts, various inscriptions like the Girnar inscription of Rudradaman, which describes some information about the Mauryan administration. And then we have some later text like the Mudra Rakshas by the Vishakdat. So these are the sources for the understanding of Mauryan Empire, the administrative system which was running by the Mauryans. Now come to the administrative system in the Patliputra. King is above all, and it is the Mantri Parishad or the Council of Ministers which consult, which give advice to the king. So in the Mantri Parishad, there are four type of people. Like the first type is the ministers and the Mahamantri, which give various advice to the kings in the matter of politicals and in almost all type of topics. And then there is a section of people which is the Purohit. These are the people which give information, which give advice and prescription to the king about the Dhamma or the Dharma, and also his duties, uh, like the Arthashastra, which describe the king as a Dharma Pravartak. So he is the person who established the Dharma in the region, and to avoid adharma to spread in his kingdom. So this is how the role of Purohit is very important during the Mauryan times, and these are the people which took place in the Council of Ministers. Then we have the section of people which is known as the Yuvraj. These are the royal blood, the children of the royal blood, which usually rule the provinces, which we describe that four provinces other than the central administration. So these are the Yuvraj, which give information about the day-to-day activity and the future plans of the empire. Then we have the fourth section, which is the Senapati. This is the very important part because Mauryan Empire was the only empire at the time which had the standing army, and because of this standing army, this empire gained a lot of territory. So this is how we describe the central administration of the Mauryan Empire. Now we will come to the provincial administration. Provincial administration have the same structure as in the central administration, and like these in the central administration, the highest authority is the Yuvraj. It was called the Aryaputra or Kumar. So these are the people which are assisted by the Council of Ministers in the provincial administration. Then we come to the uh, district or the Ahars. It is in the local administration. As the whole empire was divided into province, or we call that Janpad, and then the Janpad or the province were divided into the districts, like today's district. So in the district, the highest officer is called as the Pradeshikas, and Pradeshikas and Rajukas. Rajukas are the officers which usually held a position of the revenue collection, and Pradeshikas are the officers which usually do their work in the law and order. Then are some officers which are called as the Yuktas. These are the officers which usually assist these Rajukas. So this is how the local administration was running at the Mauryan times. Then we have some, like today, we have the Gram Panchayat, and it was established in the constitution. It was constitutionally recognized in the 1992 by the 74th Amendment. But this institution is not a new institution. These are the institutions which usually we can see from the time of Vedic era, and later on the Janpad Mahajanpad era, and then the Mauryan era. So this is how the we have the administration for the villages, also called the gram in Sanskrit. So a group of village have the head, which is called as the sthanikas, and these sthanikas as officers are assisted by the gopals. Gopals are the officers which used to do their activity in the land assessment, and sthanikas usually take care of the law and order problems. Now we come to the lowest unit, smallest unit in the local administration, which is called as the village or the gram. And like today, we have the gram panchayat. At that time, we have the gramik or the gramini. Now come to the municipal administration. In the cities, we have a different kind of administration. Like in India today, we have the mayor, which is the head of political system in the municipal administration. And today, we have somewhat similar situation in the Mauryan times. Like the head of the municipal administration was Nagrikas or Nagar Adhyaksh. Nagar here means the city, and Adhyaksh means head. that means the head of the city. So this is the Nagar Adhyaksh, and he was assisted by the Ashtoyo Ashtoyonomoi. Ashtoyonomoi. These are some officers. Then come to the commission. All we have the municipal commission, which formulate the local laws, bylaws in today's political administration of municipal area. In the same manner, we have the municipal commission at the Mauryan times, and which has the six committees with five members. These are the name of committees like the industry, foreigner, registration of birth and date, trade, collection of sales tax, and the manufacture of sales and goods. So these are the area where the municipal commission used to have their uh, law and order and their administration part. Now we are going to discuss the military administration. In the Mauryan times, Mauryan Empire was the only empire which has the standing army. Standing army means that they have the uh, is a department of army which used to where the people are in the army for whole year. Apart from Mauryan Empire, the all the um, Mahajanpad at that time, they used to have the seasonal army, like people are doing their work in the farm and their fields, and when the time came for the war, they just pick up their swords and come for the army. So they don't have that much of training and knowledge about the war and their uh, training. So like the Mauryan Empire, these empire have standing army like today we have the Indian National Army. So this is why it is a very important reason for the expansion of Mauryan Empire. So we are going to discuss various parts. An army has like in today we have the military system. We have Air Force, Coast Guard, Navy, and the Army. At the same manner, we have the infantry wings, which are the people with foot soldiers. Then the cavalry wing, these are the people who have horses, who are horse riders. And then come to the elephant wing. These are the people which are um, throwing their weapons from the on the head of the elephant. Then come to the chariots and the navy wing, and in the last, the transport and supply wing. So there are six kind of departments in the military administration, and each of the head of these departments, the head of this department was called as the Adhyaksh. Adhyaksh are the officers which used to manage this each department, and all the Adhyaksh have to uh, these Adhyaksh come under the Senapati. So this is how the structure of Mauryan administration was, and now we will discuss the revenue administration. Revenue, as we can see that to manage this large army, we need revenue, and this revenue come from various kind of taxes. As Mauryan Empire was a welfare state, so welfare state means empire will collect tax, and it will distribute the money where there is need. So this is how the through various kind of taxes like land tax, custom tax, mines, irrigation, forest, and ferry tax, Mauryan Empire used to extract the revenue from the people, and the major tax is the land tax, which is the one sixth of the produce. It was not a higher tax, So people can give this tax, and the officer which collect, which is has the role to collect the revenue, is known as the samarth. These are the highest officer in charge of assessment and in charge of collection of all the revenue of empire. And another officer, these are the sannidata. These officers used to look after the treasury. Now we will come to the judicial administration. In ancient times, judicial administration was a very important, like today also, because at that time the nyaya is also known as the dharma. Dharma means nyaya. So dharma has a different kind of definitions like nyaya, kartavya, that means duty. So as like in Mauryan Empire, judicial administration was taken care by very importantly. So we will come to the Patliputra. Patliputra has the Supreme Court, where we can see that.